Well, good day to all of our awesome friends, family, and following. Go on and take your mental vacation break. Listen, we have another Who Wants to Be a Digi Millionaire webinar tonight. But what I want to do real quickly is just kind of prep you for the webinar. We're going to share with you a five-step Digi Millionaire blueprint. We believe that every person that follows these 5 steps, we believe that in the next 3 years, you could become a Digi millionaire. Could happen sooner, all right, but we believe that you could become a Digi millionaire in the next 3 years. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you one of the portfolios of my Bitcoin trading mentor. Now, we're going to be introducing him to our audience in about a week and a half. I just want you to see how explosive this Bitcoin space is. I don't care what you're promoting right now. It could be nutrition, it could be wellness, it could be weight loss, it could be advertising, whatever it is that you may be promoting. You want to add, don't stop doing what you're doing, but you definitely want to add Bitcoin to your income producing portfolio. And you really want to follow what we are doing. We're going to share with you in just a few moments our 5-step blueprint to get you to Digi millionaire status. Okay, now what I'm about to share with you right now is just a week's worth of data. So we're going to be introducing to our audience a gentleman who's actually followed us for years. And unbeknownst to us, about 3 years ago, he got into the Bitcoin trading space. So he trades Bitcoin, and there's over 700 digital currencies out there now. He trades this market for a living, and he's built a tidy fortune. Now, he's let me follow one of his portfolios and told me that I could also share this on screen. Now, I didn't have the presence of mind to do this when I first started following his portfolio. When I first started following his portfolio, about 3 weeks as I'm doing this recording, about 3 weeks prior to doing this recording, the portfolio he allows me to follow was in the $150,000 range. If you were to take all of the digital currencies that he owns in that portfolio, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth, if you don't know those other names, just come to our webinar tonight, okay? He had about 157,000 was in that portfolio. And the very next week, the 157, by the end of the next week, was over 300,000, right at about 300,000, 302, I believe it was. And I said to him, what in the heck did you do? Did you add some more? He said, no. This is what I've been trying to get people to get the last 3 years, how explosive this space is. Okay, so now what you're going to see are going to be some screenshots, and I want you to pay attention to the bottom right-hand corner, because this is the date and the time that I took the screenshot. Now, you know, obviously he doesn't want me to show everything, all right? The biggest thing I want you to see is what the account value was at that time. So we're talking, as I'm doing this recording on June the 13th, all right? We're talking a week ago, all right? So now, $335,721 is what the value of this portfolio was just a week ago. Let's take a look at the next day. $335,721, but then the next day, and again, look at June the 7th, it was up to $346. And then the next day, let's look at the bottom right, all right? Actually, I forgot to do a screenshot on June the 8th. I don't know if June the 8th was a down day or an up day. I don't remember. But we did the June the 9th screenshot, 354. Now, remember, we started off at about 335. I say we. It's not. I've got nothing to do with this account. I just want to show you how explosive this niche is. All right, and let's look at June the 10th. 391,000. All right, so on June the 6th, we were at 335. I keep saying we. I'm used to saying we. I've got nothing to do with this account. All right, so he was at 335, up to 391 just a few days later. Then on June the 11th, 402. Then on June the 12th, 418. All right. Now, I will tell you that the market, after we did this screenshot, we did that screenshot pretty early in the morning. The market had a down day on June the 12th. And so I'm actually kind of glad that it did, because you need to understand it's not going to always go up. All right. You're going to have, up days and down days and what have you. All right. So this is where we were at 8:23 this morning. I'm cutting this June the 13th. Not sure when you're seeing this, but cutting this on June the 13th at 8:23 a.m. But then just about an hour or so later, an hour and a half later, it was back up to 410. Okay, so I am cutting this. Give me a moment here. You can see here, when did we do that screenshot? That screenshot was let's do this so you can see. That screenshot was at 10:05 a.m. You see that? All right, and I'm now cutting this at 10:16 a.m. All right, so what we saw is the account went from 402 at 8:23. A little more than an hour and a half later is at 410. Okay, and now that's a combination of him trading himself as well as capital appreciation. Okay, so let's do some math here real quickly. We're going to take the 410. So we got a week's worth of data. This is just a week's worth of data. $410,266 is what that portfolio is valued at right now, or as of about 10 minutes ago. All right, and we're going to subtract out where it was this time last week, 335,721. So in a week's time, his portfolio has grown $74,000. All right, a little more than $10,000 a day on average. Doesn't mean that's going to happen forever and ever. Amen. Obviously, he's going to take some losing days. All right. This is the gentleman. We're going to introduce this gentleman to our audience in a little more than a week from now. But you've got to be a part of our intimate following to even come remotely close to being able to take advantage of what's going on here. So let's just kind of share with you our 5-step Bitcoin game plan. And you want to come to our live webinar tonight. If for some reason you can't make it, make sure you've registered for the webinar, as we'll be sending out a replay, but only to those who've registered for the webinar. So if you don't register for the webinar, then you're not going to get the replay if you can't make it. Okay, so here is our Bitcoin Millionaire game plan. Number one, there is an auto trade platform. It's going to go into pre-launch over the next few days. Should go into full launch about 30 days after the pre-launch starts. Now, there are some bad actors in the Bitcoin space. There are some systems that claim to be trading that may very well not be trading. Well, here's the thing. Any system that claims to be trading should be able to show trading proof. And the reason we're promoting this auto trade platform is they are vowing to show trading proof. Now, if they do not, we're going to hold them to that charge. We're going to hold them to their vow to show undisputable trading proof. Tonight on our live webinar, I'm going to show you trading proof. We're going to go inside of my son's account. You're going to see buys and sales and profits, and we might even be able to take some profits on the screen. Now, obviously, it's market-based, so I don't know that we'll be able to do that, but I'll at least be able to show you proof of trading. So you're going to want to participate in this auto trade platform that is coming up. It is manned by real successful Bitcoin auto traders that currently oversee a portfolio of over $100 million in assets. All right, so you want to participate with that. Number two, we're going to help you ultimately build a network of auto traders. It's a phenomenal compensation plan that's going to be tied to this model. We'll cover that lightly on tonight's webinar. The biggest thing that I want to do is I want to get you buying into, you have to be in this space. Number three, Bitcoin education. Got to start to learn a little bit about this niche. And I'm saying to you that you want to really just immerse yourself. We've made the decision we're going to immerse ourselves in this niche, become as knowledgeable about this niche as possible. When we introduce our trading mentor, not to be confused with the auto traders. The auto traders, that's totally separate. We have a 5-step game plan where we're going to be diversifying. We're going to be participating in the auto trade. We're going to be building a network of auto traders. Personally, we're already starting to follow our trading mentors game plan. My sons are doing exceptionally well. My sons in one of their accounts is up over 80% in a month. Okay, so there's going to be a limited number of spots, but those of you that want to learn how to personally trade via our trading mentor, you'll hear more about those details as well. Number 4, diversifying into other credible Bitcoin offers. Now, I mean credible, all right? I don't mean some of the crap that we're seeing out there online. Right now, we are entering a test of a couple of different offers. Assuming that they pass the test, we will then share that with our audience. If they pass the test, along with the auto trading platform, we strongly believe that you'll be able to get to Bitcoin millionaire status or Digi millionaire status in 3 years or less. So you want to follow us intimately in this space, ladies and gentlemen. And then lastly, developing a coin portfolio. That's something that anyone will be able to do. So the key is to get you generating as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. That's why we start off with the auto trading. Once that is live, then maybe even trading some on your own. That's not going to be for everyone. But for those that want to do that, we want to bring the resources to you. Diversifying into credible Bitcoin offers. Again, we've already begun a test. And we're going to give it a couple of months before we share it with our audience. But if it tests the way we believe that it may, we'll be sharing those with our audience. And boy, I declare, I'm really pumped up, because when we add that to the auto trading and the personal trading, you can definitely get to Bitcoin millionaire or Digi millionaire status. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Beneath this, you should see some link where you can register for our webinar on this evening. Go on and register. Once again, if for some reason you can't make the webinar live, by registering for the webinar, it will put you in our general webinar email list, and we will be recording it. We will send it out to that email list. So if you're not in that email list, you're going to miss it. Don't miss this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss this, okay? I'm going to share some things tonight. If you've been on this webinar before, we'll share some content you've seen, some content you haven't. So you want to clear off your schedule and be on the webinar. With that being said, so $75,000. I think, was that the amount? I was close to it. Maybe it was 74. Almost $75,000 growth in his portfolio for the week. Let that sink in. $75,000, almost $75,000 growth in his portfolio in a week. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, just a few years ago, he was promoting an offer. That offer died on him. He had a few other offers that died on him. He had to go back to work after being full-time in the network marketing arena for a little spell. He picked up Bitcoin trading, and very quietly, he has built a tidy fortune, a fortune that allows him to have, this is just one of his portfolios, to have a portfolio that increased by $75,000 in a week's time. Well, I already told you a couple weeks ago he was at 157, and a week later he was at 300. Okay, so that was 100 and almost 150,000 in a week. All right, so we're going to detail our Digi Millionaire game plan in more detail on tonight's webinar. Don't miss it. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.